Hey, Donald Trump was onto something when he indirectly criticized Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for not admitting that he's gotten his COVID booster. This is a really interesting developing story. So here's the backstory. Back in December, Trump brown-noser Maria Bartiromo asked Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, also known as Ron Death Santis in some circles, have you gotten the booster? And DeSantis didn't answer the question. OK, so let me set the stage with this original clip from December.
Governor, we're not even sure what fully vaccinated means anymore. The other day, Dr. Fauci said, we could be that fully vaccinated means 3 shots, which is 2 shots for the vaccination and then 1 booster shot. Have you gotten the booster?
So I've done whatever I did, the normal shot. And, that at the end of the day is people's individual decisions about what they want to do.
I've done whatever I've done. Yes. Right. And what we are trying to ascertain is what is it that you have done? But he didn't answer.
But these boosters in terms now, Florida, we ban vaccine passports. We won't let them fire you, even private businesses over this, because we don't think.
Did you get the booster? In Florida, we won't let them fire you if you don't get the booster. Right. But the question was, did you get the booster? So Donald Trump, to his credit, as part of this building fight between Trump and DeSantis, which is really it's an early fight for the 2024 Republican nomination. Don't be confused that it's anything else. Donald Trump astutely pointed out that there are these politicians who won't tell you if they got the booster. This was Trump when interviewed by OAN, and he's talking about Ron DeSantis here, but he doesn't name him by name.
It's something out there. But after now so many months of the vaccine being administered and these side effects and Americans' questions of it, do you reconsider your push for it, or what's your view now on the vaccine in general?
Well, I've taken it. I've had the booster. Many politicians, I watched a couple of politicians be interviewed, and one of the questions was, did you get the booster? Because they had the vaccine. And they're answering it like, in other words, the answer is yes, but they don't want to say it because they're gutless.
Right.
To say it, whether you had it or not, say it.
Right.
But the fact is that I think the vaccine has saved tens of millions of people throughout the world. I have had absolutely no side effects. I've had it like other people have had it.
So Trump is, we know, he's referring to Ron DeSantis, and Trump is increasingly starting to attack DeSantis directly. Roger Stone has started to attack Ron DeSantis. DeSantis has started to back away from Trump and say things like, maybe shouldn't have followed him quite as much on COVID leadership early in the pandemic. Remember, there was no such leadership, but doesn't really matter. Ron DeSantis over the weekend was asked again very directly, did you get your COVID booster? And now he is straight up admitting he's not going to say why, not going to say whether he got it, because it's going to be used against him.
Governor, have you received your COVID booster shot?
So that's something that, I think people should just make their own decisions on. I'm not going to.
Right, but the question was not whether we know others should decide. We're asking you, Governor, what did you decide? And then he says he's not going to say.
Let that be a weapon for people to be able to use. I think it's a private matter. We've worked hard to be able to protect people so they don't lose their jobs on that.
Now, understand that DeSantis says his position is, if I understand it correctly, he got vaccinated. He won't say if he got boosted, but he says he got vaccinated. He got vaccinated, but they won't allow the mandates in Florida, and they won't allow you to be fired because you haven't been vaccinated. So the coherent position would be, I did get boosted, and I don't believe anyone should be fired if they don't get boosted. That's a completely coherent position. But DeSantis knows that his Republican followers in Florida are so weaponized and so uninformed that if he just admits that he got the booster, he will get people who are mad at him for that. That's why, because it wouldn't become a weapon if you say, I've chosen to get it, and everybody should be able to make the choice and no one should be fired. That's a coherent position. It's not, we don't have to agree with the position, but it's coherent. It shouldn't make any of his followers mad, but it will. And that's why DeSantis isn't admitting that he got the booster.
I have said publicly that, the FDA recommended against boosters for people in my age group, and the CDC overrode that. And I think that was based on politics. I don't think that that was based on science. 2 of the top FDA people actually resigned in protest. Many people didn't hear about that.
Remember, the question was, did you get your booster?
You know why? Well, because it didn't fit the narrative. I can tell you, if you had a different president of a different party, that would have been hair on fire stuff, that people would have been able to do. So in Florida, they've been available for people. People can make their own decisions on it, but it's not been something that, that we've been telling people in my age group, to go out and do.
Right. But again, that was not the question. The question was simply, did you get the booster? And going very much out of his way to avoid saying whether he did or didn't. I think he probably did. It would be crazy not to, particularly given that Ron DeSantis' wife is currently undergoing treatment for breast cancer. It would be wholly irresponsible for him not to get that 3rd dose, given how effective it is at preventing serious illness. And according to what Vincent Racaniello told us last week, reducing the possibility that you transmit the virus to others. So I think he probably did get it. But understand how weaponized the people around him are, that he can't even admit it. And Trump is right. You should just say it. I either got it or I didn't, and deal with whatever the consequences are.